Hello and welcome to our guide on the top 5 soft skill competencies for OSINT. I'm Joe Gray with the OSINTion. First, let's look at what these skills are. We have research and analysis, networking and collaboration, creative problem solving, legal and ethical issues, and finally, report writing and communication skills. First, let's take a look at research and analysis. This includes the ability to find, assess, and understand data from a variety of sources in order to produce meaningful insights. This is essential for any OSINT practitioner. You have to stay on top of the game in terms of research. This is something that you cannot do one and done. It's not like, say, firewalls or networking where you can go get a CCIE and be the kingpin or queenpin or they pin of OSINT. Everything is constantly changing. You have new data sources, you have data sources going away, you have processes that change, and so on. Next, networking and collaboration is a must-have for any successful OSINT practitioner. You've got to be able to build relationships with other professionals. There could be someone that's really good at reverse image searches where you are fluent in a particular language, or you're very savvy with writing tools in, say, Python or Golang. The ability to work together to achieve those common goals and share techniques and war stories and bounce ideas off of is paramount. Third, creative problem solving is a key skill. To quote Dave Chappelle, modern problems require modern solutions. You have to be able to think outside the box and come up with innovative solutions to the complex problems. Oftentimes, the complex problems is within the range of proving or disproving a hypothesis. And in doing so, that's where you have to get creative sometimes. You may have to find a connection between a username and a password to find another email address, to then get an IP address, to then unmask a person. That is a logical chain of events. Fourth, legal and ethical issues are definitely a major concern within OSINT. It's important to have a good understanding of the laws and regulations surrounding the data collection process, but to that end, OSINT is global. So you need to be aware of things like GDPR, the General Data Protection Regulation in the European Union. You also have CCPA in California, to some degree New York Shield, Virginia State Bill 1392, and various other laws around the world. Also, depending on what you may consider OSINT, you could potentially step in legal gray areas dealing with things like the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act. We also have things like Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, COPA in the US. Staying on top of that and understanding what regulations may affect you is vital. Finally, report writing and communication skills are essential for any OSINT professional. To quote John Strand when talking about pen testers, all the techniques that they talk about at conferences, that's all for the show. Report writing is for the dough. At the end of the day, you may have to report something verbally, it could be in written format, or you might have to give a presentation, a variety of different ways. And with that, you have to be able to effectively communicate to other professionals in such a way that they are able to comprehend what you are getting at. It should not be what I call a professional wrestling main event where more questions are created than answers. Let's dive into these a little bit deeper. When we talk about research and analysis, you've got to find, assess, and understand data from a variety of sources. With that, you are trying to have large amounts of data to identify those patterns and trends. And sometimes it's a very small data set, but the larger the data set that you're working with, the better chance of success you have. But at the same time, you want that laser precision. You also have to have the ability to effectively present complex information to the non-technical audiences. That goes into report writing and communication skills as well. But you have to take the time to evaluate the quality and accuracy of your sources, what I would consider the fidelity of your data sources, to draw logical conclusions. Finally, the ability to stay up to date with the latest trends and technologies in the field are also key. Networking and collaboration are also key soft skills for OSINT practitioners. That's relationships with other professionals in the field and the ability to work together Sometimes you just don't have the knowledge or the experience in a particular subset of OSINT where you may be able to bounce ideas off of someone else or build off their techniques, or you may even need to partner with them for an engagement, especially if you're working as a freelancer. With this comes the necessary ability to listen, understand different points of view, and resolve those differences of opinion. Sometimes you just have to agree to disagree. You also need to be able to recognize the strengths and weaknesses and play off of those as well. As I stated earlier, we have the creative problem solving. And to quote Dave Chappelle again, modern problems do require modern solutions. And honestly, you have to think outside the box. You can't think entirely linear. You have to analyze the data and draw those logical conclusions, but think creatively to think, okay, well, if I were trying to evade an investigator, how would I go about doing it? And then identify any risks that you may encounter within your investigation. With that, you'll need to come up with some innovative solutions and then have the ability to work through that and get those mitigations. You need to recognize the opportunities when they present themselves and capitalize on them. Speaking to legal and ethical concerns, again, it is a major concern within OSINT. It's important to have that good understanding of the laws and regulations in the data collection process. You need to have some awareness of them, but you also need to adhere to these laws and regulations because you could potentially get burned financially or reputationally from those. And you also have to evaluate the ethical implications of your collection techniques and sometimes what your clients are asking for. It's okay to say no from time to time. You have to have your moral compass, and your true north may be a little bit different than someone else's true north. But you need to have the ability to recognize potential legal issues and develop strategies to mitigate them. With report writing and communication skills being essential, that's the ability to communicate those complex ideas and create high quality reports and presentations. You have to present the data and the research to internal and external stakeholders. They could be other practitioners, other investigators, they could be highly technical in nature, or they may not be at all. You also need some degree of visualization. I don't think you necessarily need a graphics design background, although Ray Baker is thriving in OSINT and she has a very strong graphics design background. With that, you just need to be able to understand that some people comprehend things by reading, some by hearing, some by seeing, and some by doing. The more of those that you can meet, the better chance you have of someone being able to clearly understand the points you are trying to convey. Finally, you also have to have the ability to listen and understand those different points of view and resolve those differences. In summary, the top 5 skill competencies for OSINT are research and analysis, networking and collaboration, creative problem solving, legal and ethical issues, and report writing and communication skills. These skills are essential for any OSINT practitioner and will help ensure that you are successful in your role. So don't forget to hone these soft skills and keep them sharp if you want to stay ahead of the game in OSINT. That's all I've got for this. I'm Joe Gray with the OSINTion. If you are interested in on-demand training, check out the OSINTion Academy. We currently have 3 courses available. You can bundle all 3 of those courses or 2 of those courses. We have replays of webinars as well as a lot of free content. Visit academy.theosintion.com. If you're interested in purchasing courses from the OSINTion, you can do so in a variety of ways. The easiest way is the OSINTion store, which is at theosintion.com/courses/store. You can purchase bundles, individual courses, and placeholders here. If you would like a custom bundle, please email bundles@theosintion.com for custom bundles or questions. You can follow us on Twitch. OSINT.mobi/Twitch is the redirect. OSINT.mobi/YouTube is the YouTube redirect. And also we maintain a couple of communities. On Discord, we maintain the OSINTion Discord, which is OSINT.mobi/Discord. And we are also members of OSINTion on LinkedIn, which you can join via OSINT.mobi/OSINTion. There are the links to my social media as well as the OSINTion's. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications.